store murder, and tonight family and friends are still desperately seeking answers.
Well, what I can tell you is it took my client time to come to terms with
the case of Larry Wells. Larry Wells was found dead in a Toys R Us store in 2013, and his murder shocked the nation. The case remains unsolved, and many questions still surround the circumstances of his death. In this true crime documentary, we'll take a closer look at the heartbreaking case of Larry Wells and explore the evidence gathered so far. Welcome to Creepypasta, and let's delve into the tragic story and try to uncover the truth behind this senseless act of violence. On a sad morning, June 29th, 2013, something terrible happened at the Toys R Us store in Hamburg, New York. Larry Wells, who took care of the store, was found dead there. He had been stabbed and killed. This was surprising and sad because it happened in a place full of toys and happy kids. Even though it was early and the sun was rising, Larry's body was in his office. People were puzzled because there was no signs that someone had broken in, but something didn't feel right, and the police thought that maybe someone had done something terrible to Larry. They started looking for clues to find out what happened. This story is about something wrong and the person who did it. It's also about Larry's life, his relationships, and the problems that he kept hidden. The story tells us how things got worse for him and how, in the end, the police figured out who was responsible for this bad thing. Larry Wells was born in Dunkirk, New York, on September 22nd, 1977. He started life as a quiet and shy person, but as he grew up, he became more open and kind. He liked helping others and being a good friend. During high school, Larry met Jill, who would become his wife. They became very close and faced challenges together. After school, Larry studied elementary education and college. This was a big achievement, but money still needed to be solved. Larry became a substitute teacher and also worked at Toys R Us. He didn't expect it, but his job at the toy store became his long-term career. His love for teaching and helping children found a place there. Larry's life story goes from growing from a shy kid to a caring friend and then a husband. His journey took unexpected turns, leading him to a job he loves. Larry's journey at Toys R Us started unexpectedly. He planned to leave quickly, but he ended up loving his job. He was good at leading and worked his way up in the company. People liked Larry because he was friendly and easy to talk to. This made him stand out at work. He was great at making connections with others, which helped him become even more important to the company. Over time, Larry's hard work became essential. Everything he did, from talking to people to working together on projects, it all added up. This showed how much he mattered. In 2013, things reached a peak. Larry was chosen to lead the Hamburg branch of the company. This was a big deal because he did not only go to manage things there, but he also achieved his goal of providing for his family. Larry didn't expect to stay at Toys R Us for long, but he ended up loving his job and became an essential part of the company. His friendly and easy to talk to nature helped him make friends and do well at work. His hard work paid off, and he got a big promotion in 2013, which helped his family too. On June 29th, 2013, things started like a usual day for Larry. When he went to work, he felt responsible and focused. He didn't expect anything bad to happen that day. He arrived early to help the night shift staff prepare the store for customers, but without Larry knowing, something bad was already happening. A person who shouldn't have been there had entered the store secretly, coming in through the Babies R Us section. This person was dressed strangely and moved quietly around the store like a ghost with unclear intentions. Surveillance cameras recorded these events. The video showed the intruder wearing a mask and carrying a knife, heading towards Larry's office. Just as things were getting scary, the recording stopped. The intruder had turned off the camera to hide his actions. The story took a tragic turn. Larry was found dead soon after, showing that something terrible had occurred in his office. Even though people tried to save him, they couldn't. Larry, known for working hard, had become a victim of something that he didn't expect. His life was taken away, leaving sadness and many unanswered questions in the store that he cared for. The mystery about who might be responsible for these complicated events is becoming more apparent. Strangely, there were no signs of anyone breaking in, and only a few employees were there. All attention is on Larry's co-workers, Cindy, Isaac, Richard, and Anthony. They were there when it happened, and now the police look closely at them. The investigation looks into these four people's lives and how they interacted. They're checking their relationships, reasons for doing things, and where they were. Every little detail is essential. They're also watching security footage to learn more. The crime is puzzling, and everyone is unsure. Since there's no obvious way someone got in from outside, people think that someone inside may be involved. The security camera footage is making things complicated. It doesn't show the suspects doing anything wrong, but it also makes it seem like someone who knows the place well could be behind it. As time passes, there's more and more pressure to find what happened. It's like putting together a puzzle to figure out the truth hidden in people's relationships and secrets. But it's also worrying that the final answer might show that someone they trusted did something very hurtful. Law enforcement's focus shifted towards the store's CCTV network for evidence To find the truth, they asked Bernard Grusa, an expert in stopping theft. It was a tense situation as Grusa examined the digital record of the crime. What he found was shocking. The CCTV videos showed the intruder's actions clearly. Each part of the crime was shown, like scenes in a movie. It began with the intruder sneaking into Babies R Us, moving in the shadows to avoid the cameras, and finally entering Larry's office. Inside the office, the intruder was clever. The videos revealed how he disabled the cameras skillfully. This was his plan to commit the crime unnoticed. The videos exposed this plan, clearly showing that the crime was carefully planned. This revelation surprised everyone involved, demonstrating how smart the criminal was. It sent shockwaves through the legal system, proving how smart and daring the crime was as well. As the investigation continued, they found Bernard Grusa, who became a big suspect. At first, he was helpful and important to the investigation, but things changed when he refused to a DNA test, which made the investigators doubt him. Later, they discovered something important. The DNA taken from a cap and machine in Larry's office resembled Grusa's DNA. This was a big revelation that started to expose Grusa's lies. Grusa started cooperating but then acted distant, making people think that he was hiding something. The DNA connection made these doubts even stronger. It was like a surprising turn in a suspenseful story, making the case go in a new direction. As Grusa's lies unraveled, the fact that his DNA matched the evidence was a big moment. It changed things from normal to mysterious, making the search for the truth more intense. Bernard Grusa became a major suspect in the investigation's story, showing how complicated crime cases can be. The small details added up to make a story where Grusa's connection to evidence led to a surprising twist that surprised the investigators and those following the case. Bernard Grusa committed a crime for complex reasons that are now clear. His motives revealed a disturbing and complicated situation. Grusa had severe money problems due to high medical bills and wanting an extravagant life. As we understand why he did it, we see he made deliberate choices. Grusa started stealing from Toys R Us stores while struggling with his money troubles. He took things off the shelves and broke the law openly, but he didn't keep these stolen things for himself. Instead, he sold these things online to try to fix his financial problems. The scariest part is how his desperation led him to do something even worse. He went from stealing toys to committing murder. This shows how bad things got for him. The path from stealing toys to taking life shows how strong the effect of money problems can be. This sad story reminds us that when people are in desperate situations, they might do terrible things. Even extraordinary places like Toys R Us can become connected to dark stories of desperation and losing sight of what's right. Bernard Grusa tried to hide his bad actions by telling lies, but the truth came out. He got caught and arrested for killing Larry Wells. At first, his lies seemed strong, but the police and the search for truth made them weak. We found out what happened, and it made people very sad. Grusa had to admit that he did bad things because there was a lot of proof against him. He couldn't say anymore. We saw that he was responsible for hurting Larry Wells and his family. Grusa's confession meant that the problem could start to be solved. In court, we saw the end of the trial. Grusa said that he was guilty, which made hurt people feel a bit better. The judge said that he was guilty and gave him a punishment. He had to stay in jail for 25 years. This shows how serious his actions were and stops him from doing more bad things. Larry Wells' story is sad, but he can learn from it. It tells us about doing bad things because of wanting more and being mean to others. Even normal seeming people can do bad stuff if they let their bad side control them. As we finish the legal part of the story, we remember Larry Wells, and it's important to always do what's right. And there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed delving into the unknown with us, make sure to hit that like button and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Creepypasta for more spine-chilling tales and enigmatic investigations. Thanks for watching.